Tuning in today, guys. We're going to evaluate Ryan Papenhuyzen's injury from today, which he suffered tackling Jack Whiten in the Melbourne Storm's game against Canberra. This is the Fox Sports news release. He had a heavy knee-on-knee contact with Jack Whiten. They initially suspected he'd fractured his knee, but Craig Bellamy actually revealed that he'd broken his kneecap and felt like he was a long way from getting back this season. So the kneecap's otherwise known as a patella by orthopaedic surgeons. This is what your knee looks like from the right. I'm just going to mark out a few structures so you know the anatomy that's involved. So this structure here is the femur, otherwise known as the thigh bone. Just down from that is your shin bone, otherwise known as the tibia, which we're going to mark out just there. And then the structure that connects your kneecap to your tibia is known as the patella tendon. It's marked out just there in yellow. And then we're just going to mark out the patella itself, otherwise known as the kneecap. And this is a structure that was injured in the tackle today, unfortunately. And then above that is another tendon known as the patella tendon. It connects your kneecap to your quads muscle, and your quads muscle is extremely strong muscle around your thigh region. And we're just going to mark that muscle out in red just there for you, the quads muscle. It contracts and pulls your kneecap towards your thigh. So that's the anatomy that's involved in Ryan Papenhuyzen's injury. Now, this is the tackle from side on. You can see that Ryan Papenhuyzen has his knee flexed at the time of injury. This is what his knee will have looked like. We're just going to mark out that bony anatomy again for you so you know the structures that are potentially involved. So we'll mark out that tibia bone again, the shin bone. Just here, it's at the sort of the base of where the injury would be. The femur is above here. That's the thigh bone. And so the structure that he's injured here is the patella. The patella is otherwise known as the kneecap. We're just going to mark that out just there. And what's happened is Jack Whiten's applied a straight-on force, which is just going to mark in the yellow arrow just here, straight on the kneecap, and that will force the kneecap into the femur and has likely resulted in the fracture as we just show here. If it's a two-part like shown there, it should be pretty simple to fix. But if it's more serious, it could be in 4 pieces or more, known as a comminuted fracture, which is just shown here, which could have more wide-ranging implications for him and more challenging to treat from his surgeon. Now, this has other implications in what he can do for the next few days until he has surgery. So if the quads muscle contracts, what happens is it pulls on that yellow tendon there, which pulls on the kneecap and the other tendon, and that results in his knee swinging up normally if everything's intact, and that will allow him to straighten his knee. When you've got a fracture, you can't straighten your knee, and the reason for that is that the muscle still contracts and it pushes on that yellow tendon, which then still pulls like in the red arrow, but the kneecap is unable to move because it's broken. And so what happens is when the quadriceps muscle contracts, is the two ends actually move away from one another. And so you can see that Ryan Papenhuyzen, as he was exiting the field, he couldn't straighten the knee, and that is typical of these type of injuries. This is the type of fixation he's likely to get. It's known as a tension band construct, and it may need to be removed down the track if it's irritating him or rubbing on other structures. Otherwise, you can fix it with plates or with screws. But the big question is, will Papenhuyzen get back this season? And unfortunately, that's going to be a no. These injuries have been shown in soccer players to take more than up to 7 months for players to get back. And obviously rugby league can sometimes be a bit earlier, but it would be almost impossible for him to make it back by the finals. So this is unfortunately an injury that has big implications for Ryan Papenhuyzen. Please take a look at one of our other videos in sports injury analysis here, or alternatively, please subscribe to the Orthopaedic Foot and Ankle Surgeon. We really appreciate your support, and please let us know if you'd like any other videos. Thank you.